Hello everybody, welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. This is Dragothian here, and today I wanted to bring you a guide on how to properly, and now that we've been through it correctly, prep for Lost Kingdom. Okay, so this is going to help some of you that haven't gotten into the Lost Kingdom just yet. If you're in some of the later kingdoms, it may help some of you that are just joining the game and trying to figure out what the Lost Kingdom is. And it might help some of you who have been playing the game for a while but decided to join the Lost Kingdom after all the big fun happened. I don't know why you would do that, but it could help you as well if you're in that situation. So I wanted to make sure that there was a guide out there and a walkthrough tutorial on what you should be expecting to have in your inventory when you get into the Lost Kingdom so that you can enjoy as much as possible and get as many of the boosts and benefits and rewards and gifts and all the goodies that you can get from the Lost Kingdom, because there's quite a bit. This is definitely a event that Lilith has came out with that really gives a lot of loot and a lot of bonuses that are not found anywhere else. So I want to make sure that you guys know what you need to maximize your opportunity to get those things as a free-to-play or as a spender in the game. It does not matter. A lot of these things are things that you can get and accumulate as you play the game. And then not only that, a lot of the events are centered around free-to-play style stuff. So with that in mind, I'm going to go through a list of a lot of the critical things that you need, and then I'm going to go over one that you might not think about right off the bat, but it's actually one of the most critical things that you can do for yourself, one of the greatest gifts that you can do for yourself before you get into the Lost Kingdom. So let's get started. First and foremost, you're going to be battling quite a bit. And again, if you look at my battle prep guide that I just put out yesterday, I would invite you to check the first one out, which is army expansions. You need a ton of army expansion cards. So when I say that, that's this guy right here. So you've got the 25% flavor and the 50% flavor. Those are things that you want to be in stock for the entire Lost Kingdom. And the Lost Kingdom lasts quite a while, guys, so you need to have a lot of them. I want to say I had somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 25% ones, and same thing for the 50% ones. I had stocked up with about 30 of those as well, down to 1 and 13. So I have been battling a lot. It is what it is. I also did get a few of these by purchasing the Call of the Ancients bundle and stuff like that, so I've replenished a little bit, but if you think you have enough, you probably don't, and I would invite you to get maybe double what you have to get ready for the Lost Kingdom, especially if you're starting it from scratch. You're going to need every single one of those by the end of the event. Okay, so Army Expansion is my first one there. I want to make sure that you have as many of those as possible. Next thing, and this is something you will burn through like water, you will drink it like water, it will go away like you never even had them in your pack, and that is teleports, guys. So if you go to other, and you see my lack of teleports, because I burned them all, you want to have every single kind of teleport. So let me show you what those look like, because you can buy them in the shop. There's 3 different types of teleports here on the bottom left. You've got a territorial teleport, which is very helpful and the cheapest of the target-specific type of teleports in the shops, whether they're Alliance shop or in the VIP shop. These are the cheapest ones to get. In fact, I need to buy a few of them, so I'm going to grab a few of them right now. You want to have as many of these as humanly possible because mobility in this event is huge. You need to be able to teleport from one side of the map to the other quickly and not have to worry about losing a teleport, because you're going to burn through 100 teleports in the first 30 days, guarantee it. If you haven't burned through 100 teleports, it means that you're not at the front, because the battle is everywhere, guys, and you need to constantly be moving up. You need to be going and saving your friends. You need to be rallying up to push towards an objective. There's tons of reasons why you're going to need a teleport, half of which is you need to teleport to somewhere safe whenever you're not online. So that's a big deal in this game, is you're not always safe, guys. There's not really any place right now that keeps you safe other than the province that you start in, and even then towards the end of the event, that's going to be open too. So teleports, and the next one that we're going to talk about is going to be very critical to have as many as possible. Even the random teleports, guys. The random teleports, which are the green ones, Very, very helpful. If you're inside of a zone and you want to get behind enemy lines, you can randomly teleport and you might pop up behind enemy lines, maybe killing some of their farmers, maybe hitting them from behind in an attack like a pincher move or just two sides coming together. You can have that stuff using random teleports. So very critical that you have those types of teleports as well. And then the targeted ones are basically in the Lost Kingdom the same thing as the territorial ones, because again, in the Lost Kingdom, you cannot teleport anywhere unless it's on one of your kingdoms or alliance territories, depending on how far in the past glory event that you already are. Okay, so teleports are very critical. You need as many of these as you can get. If you've got less than 200 or 300, you don't have enough. Make sure that you stock up on these guys big time. Don't just burn them, keep them, cherish them until that you have to burn them in the Lost Kingdom, because that's when you'll use every single one and then some. I think I had about 150 to 200 before I started, and I've already restocked 5 or 6 times with 30 or 40 each, and it's still, as you can see, just not enough. So you need teleports. Teleports are a big deal. Next thing you need, again, this is just to keep yourself safe. Always use the 24-hour variety. I really would recommend using peace shields whenever you are not online. So when you're going to bed, guys, or if you've got a long day of work, make sure you're using at least an 8-hour shield. I would recommend the 24-hour version. You need to use at least one or the other while your province is protected. So if you're going to bed and it's 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night, you either need to pop a 24-hour peace shield or you need to pop a teleport to get back to your province so that you know, guaranteed, you cannot be attacked. You want to make sure that you protect yourself, because in the Lost Kingdom, it is lights out. Everybody's attacking everybody 9 times out of 10. And you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself against those enemies, because they will look for any and every opportunity to find you off of a tile or find you extended on an arm of flags that's coming off of somewhere, and they'll cut your flag line, and then that will expose you, and you will get rallied, and you will get zeroed, and you will lose everything. And all because you didn't want to pop one peace shield or use one teleport. Don't be cheap on this, guys. You need to make sure that you're using these things as much as you need to. Again, if you think you're going to be maybe pulled away for the rest of the day whenever you're working, or if you're going to sleep and then you know you got to wake up early like I do tomorrow, and I'm going to be gone all day, I'm going to pop a 24-hour peace shield if I'm going to be staying outside of the province. If I'm not going to be staying outside of the province and I'm going to be staying inside the province, the starting province, you don't need to pop a peace shield because they can't get in there yet. Towards the end of the Lost Kingdom event, those level 4 passes open up for everybody to attack. So you need to be prepared for that when that time comes. But until that time comes, you can teleport in there, and it's just as effective as using a peace shield, and usually a little bit cheaper too. So be careful with that. Next thing, you need healing speed ups. You need healing speed ups like they're going out of style. They've changed the graphic on these guys to where you've got just a empty blank piece of like gauze or something, or a bandage. It used to have a red cross on it, but I'm assuming there may have been a copyright issue or something like that, or it's just the graphic is bugged. Either way, these are your healing speed ups. Again, this is another one of those things where if you think you have enough, you're so wrong, you can't even believe yourself. You need days and days and days and days of speed up, tens and hundreds of days of speed ups. You need that many for healing, because guess what? Especially if you're T5, it takes a long time to heal troops, and until you get the circles that give you healing speed boosts, it's going to be very, very, very costly to re-heal your entire army 4 or 5 times in the matter of an hour. You can burn through tens of days of speed ups in the matter of 20 minutes just by battling for 15 minutes. Okay, so you need to make sure that you are definitely taking care of yourself on the healing speed ups, because you don't want to use your general speed ups unless you're using it for the next one that I'm going to bring up, which is training troops. You need troops, guys. You need way more troops than you think you need. As a T5 player, I had, I want to say 3.1 or 3.2 million T5 troops, down to 1.6, 1.7. And I had T4 troops around 1 million-ish. Now I'm down to maybe 500K. So I need more troops. I've got plenty, obviously, but it's still not as much as I started with. I'm down by about 2 million troops. So I need to make sure that if I was you, I would make sure that I had as many T4 troops as I could possibly get. If you're a T5 player, have enough T5 troops to where you have enough armies on the or enough troops for your armies on the battlefield. Then train as many T4 troops as you can. Use them as throwaway troops. And that way, when you're filling rallies, fill them with T4 troops, and you're not killing off your T5. If you're a T4 player and you don't have T5 yet, just train as many T4 as you can. You gotta pound those troops out. We need your help filling those rallies, guys. We need your help filling those flags, filling those passes, the garrisons, all of it. You need as many troops as possible. You can't be sitting there waiting inside of a pass and worrying about those 10,000 troops that you just lost. That can't be on your mind when you're also getting attacked on the left side at another pass or another flag, or your buddy's getting rallied 2 flags behind you because he decided not to log in that day and they dropped that flag. You need as many troops as possible. You need to be able to help out wherever you can. And Lost Kingdom is Death City, guys. You need to understand that. You will be killing troops off like they're going out of style and they did something terribly, terribly wrong. You're going to get them out of your army very quickly because they're going to die. So train troops, train troops, train troops. You need to train troops. And with the healing speed ups, you got to use the healing speed ups for healing. Do not use your general speed ups for healing. You need those to train your troops. You need them. If you don't use those in conjunction with the other ones, which are these guys right here, you're losing. You're not doing it effectively because, again, you need as many troops as you can have in order to be effective on the field. Next thing, anti-reconnaissance. This is kind of a niche thing, but you do want to have some, especially if you're a bigger player or you're a power player or you're one of the players that's going to be really, really focused on the field. You want to hide or disguise the amount of troops that you have and the types of troops that you have and the commanders that you've got for your garrison. Just all those things. You want to keep people in the dark as much as possible. So you want to make sure that you're using these puppies right here, anti-reconnaissance. That'll basically make it to where nobody can scout you for a full 24-hour day. Also, deceptive troops is kind of fun, although usually we can tell whenever somebody has deceptive troops on, and you can basically just cut that number in half, and that's usually about what they've got. So somewhat okay, but I very rarely use it. That's why I've got 43 of them. But I always use these 24-hour anti-reconnaissance technologies when I can, especially when 5 or 6 people are scouting me, just to tick them off. And again, the more you can keep people in the dark, the less definitive their decisions are, which puts you at an advantage. So you want to make sure that you use these guys when necessary. You don't need to put them on all the time. And considering that they go away whenever you do certain things like pop a buff or things like that, it may make sense just to sit tight with these things and use them whenever you need them, okay? Again, you want to have as many buff cards as possible. Again, in yesterday's video, I went over every single type of buff that you can do for yourself in PvP. That's basically all Lost Kingdom is, guys, is PvP. And there's PvE too, which is going to be for more of the honor stuff. I really wish they would make PvP kills or severely wounded be part of the honor system. I really think that that's the way they should go with this, considering it's mainly a PvP event. But that's here nor there. We'll get into that later. In the meantime, again, you want to have as many buffs available as possible. That means stack up on those army expansion cards. Stack up on those 5 and 10% attack and defense cards. Stack up on everything that you need to be buffed on the battlefield. So yeah, just all the cards that give you the buffs, like these guys right here. And again, in the VIP shop, there's the epic versions of those things. And again, with the army expansions, you want to make sure that you have as many of those as possible, because again, it's not enough. I guarantee you, whatever number you've got, unless you've got 300 of them, it's just not enough. It's just not going to be enough. All right, this is the final one. And again, I think this is one of the ones that most people don't think about when they think about Lost Kingdom, because it's all about fighting. It's all about, you know, cutting flags. It's all about rallies and these 5-hour rallies that we're seeing some of these reports on, which is pretty crazy. By the way, some of these numbers that I'm seeing coming out of some of these kingdoms. But the most #1 thing, and this is something that you really can't buy too much, because it's not in one of the bundles that you can buy. So it's at a premium, and this is kind of an evener, right? This is kind of a balancer between folks who spend into the game and those who don't, especially at all or very minimally, is Action Point Potion, guys. Action Point Potions are probably the liquid gold of the Lost Kingdom. The reason I say that, so there's a lot of benefits to the honor roll, or the honor that you get into the game in Lost Kingdom, particularly the rewards for the individual stuff. So 60 heads is kind of a big deal if you get ranked first. This Twilight Falls city skin is only available to the top 20. The top 20 players in the entire continent. It's not even just the kingdom, guys. It's the continent. So you're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of players. Hundreds and hundreds, thousands of players. To only the top 20 will get this skin. Now, who knows if this skin is going to be on the next Lost Kingdom or if it's going to be a different skin. This might be a one-time only skin. And it's a good one, too. You get 5% skill damage and 5% XP bonus from this skin. Not to mention, you're getting a ton of speed ups, a ton of resource cards. And this is just the honor roll. This is not including all of the past glory stuff that you get when going through all 3 stages, not including all of the bonuses and the extra rewards that you get from killing level 36, level 38, level 35 barbarians. That you need action points. If you want to compete in these honor roll systems that you got, you need action points in the worst way possible. And again, there's nowhere to just go buy them. The only way to buy them through gems is if you've run out of your action point potions. So once you've gone through all of your action point potions, it will let you buy action points for gems, but it's full price. I'm pretty sure it's fairly expensive. So you need to make sure that you have hundreds of thousands of action points saved up, because that's what it'll take to get in to the top 20. You need to have over 150,000 action points at a minimum saved up for just the Lost Kingdom, which you will also get potions for when you do the past glory event when you first start the Lost Kingdom. But even then, you want to have that before you arrive here, so that all that stuff is just gravy and you can start slamming through barbarians, slamming through these barbarian forts, which especially once you get to level 10 are really good. And yeah, you really want to make sure that you're maximizing your stuff. That's probably the most important thing that you need to have for the Lost Kingdom, because it helps both PvE and PvP, and you get more bonuses that way and you get more rewards, and it's very helpful. So hope this was helpful as a whole. Again, this is the second prep guide that I've put together in the last couple days. And again, reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that you guys are fully ready for the content that you're already in or are about to get into. So I want to make sure that you're ready, you have everything you need, and you're not kind of just guessing like a lot of us in the beginning kingdoms were, because none of it's been put out there. There was only one continent before us, and it was only a week or two beforehand, and they didn't know what they were doing either. And then the buffs got changed, or the content got changed a little bit and debuffed and buffed, and now it's kind of static. We've figured out what's going on. We've gone through quite a few of the phases of Lost Kingdom, and hopefully this has been helpful. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. I will see y'all next time. Cheers. Hope y'all having a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.